Hello, and welcome to the Will It Fun podcast featuring kids on bikes. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hi, kids.
Hi.
How's the bikes? Good? Yeah? All right.
They're great.
Fantastic.
The bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, my name is MrKaibot, and I am your GM for this evening. And we'll go around the table and introduce everybody, and we'll start with you. How are you?
Hi, I am Sara from Thornhill Gaming. I'll be playing Nikki.
Nikki, welcome.
I am Gabriel Hurley, also of Thornhill Gaming. I am James Wolfe with an E.
Oh, dang. Welcome, James.
I'm Shell. I am with Serenade Studios, and I'm playing Tiffany.
Welcome, Tiffany. Hello. All right. And you, I believe, are related to Nikki.
I am Nikki's little sister.
We sisters.
Awesome. All right. And
I'm Tyson. I'm still just here. But I'll be playing Keith Slade Stevens.
that Slade is in heavy quotes right there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Excellent. So these are our kids. Presumably they have bikes. There will be bikes involved, I promise. And tonight we will be playing a one-shot of my own creation. Thank you, by the way, to Kathy and Tony and Emily for helping me workshop this one. Excellent crew. And cool. Before we dive in, a couple of things. Kids on Bikes, we're going to, if you haven't checked out our Talking Heads episode already, please do. We go into a lot of detail about what that is, what the system is, things we like about it, things that work, things that don't. And if you haven't already, like the channel, subscribe, or like the video and subscribe to the channel. Yes, that's the things.
Both.
Yeah.
Just like and subscribe.
Yeah,
you
just
know
like
how
and
to do
subscribe.
this.
Right.
You know computers. If you found us, you know computers.
Okay, so let me tell you about Carter, Colorado.
Please do.
I shall. It is 1983. We are in Carter, Colorado, a town of 5,304 people, and it's nestled a couple of hours' drive away from Boulder. And which direction did you say was probably most likely?
Like southwest-ish.
Southwest-ish. We have a couple of Coloradans here with us, so they can give us a bit of a guidance in that regard. So thank you both for your wisdom, and apologies if this brings any flashbacks. So Carter, Colorado used to be a mining town. It was founded around a nickel mine in, oh, by the way, Carter is completely fictional. This place does not exist. Please don't try to fact check anything because you will find nothing. And if you find something, please email me because I've broken some kind of time continuum. So Carter, Colorado, this fictional town was founded in the 1850s-ish, somewhere around there, around a nickel mine. And then the nickel mine was closed in 1989 following...
1889?
1889. I did that earlier, yeah. It was closed a few years later, in 1889, after a mysterious incident, which we will talk about later. It is now 1983, and here we are. So today is December 24th, Christmas Eve, 1983. A few things that you know about the town. There is a tree lighting ceremony over the giant spruce in the town square. It is humongous, and it is already kind of lit up, but the tree lighting ceremony is like, they light it up. It is gorgeous. It's kind of honestly amazing. And so, Keith, I know that you're usually not the kind of person to, well, at least I'm sorry, I assume that you're not usually the kind of person to appreciate sort of glam of this type.
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay. But even you reluctantly, you're like, okay, this is, I could call myself impressed if I could be impressed by something like this.
Yeah. I mean, nothing is actually impressive.
Right.
That comes close.
Yeah. So Keith, actually tell us a little bit about your character. Now that we've filled out all the edges, tell us who you are and tell us why this wouldn't impress you.
Because Keith he's a bit of a weirdo. He's the lone goth in the high school, conspiracy theorist, loves reading things like Aleister Crowley, the Necronomicon,
Dang.
H.P. Lovecraft, and he secretly believes it's all real. And
That is a
can't
strong
wait
play.
to see what happens.
Awesome. Okay. So do you have like an image of your character in mind? Like, is it all black? You got a trench coat? What's the deal?
Oh, absolutely. All black, ratty looking t-shirt, holes cut in it, black jeans, super expensive trench coat that he has made look like it's just a piece of shit. But it's probably worth more than a lot of kids see in, a year, 2 years.
Dang. Okay. So it is
He
a
is
beautiful
spoiled
trench coat.
child.
Yes. Yeah. The Stevenses, they're a wealthy bunch. Yeah. Okay. Good to know.
He keeps trying to insist that everyone calls him Slade.
Slade. All right. We'll see if any of you do. All right. So the town square lighting ceremony is a big deal. It happens at 8 on January. Wow. Yes. In 1889.
They don't light up the Christmas tree in January.
On Christmas Eve, 1983, they will have a tree lighting ceremony
Say
at
more numbers,
8 p.m.
Sky.
God, no. Okay. Just going to write down all the words.
1890 what?
Oh, God. Help me.
You did this.
I did. It's all my fault. I'm welcome. Thank you. So there will be a tree lighting ceremony. You know that much. It's at 8 p.m. You know that much. It is a big deal. Everybody comes there. Everybody's just like, okay, cool. We'll go to the tree lighting ceremony. A lot of people sort of do it ironically and then kind of enjoy the fact that they ended up there. So you all have been, well, one of you volunteered. So Sara, thank you. We appreciate it. Everybody else was informed very keenly that they will need to do the thing, and this thing is being an elf. And it's not the kind of elf that you might think. It's a delivery elf. So all of you must report to the high school gymnasium at 4 p.m. sharp or thereabouts. And
Sharp or thereabouts.
I mean, you got to be there by 4, but if you show up early, okay, cool. Good for you. That's
I'm
the thereabouts.
definitely early.
Okay, good to know.
And as a result, you are definitely early and angry about it.
So at 4 p.m., show up at the gym, and the Principal Danger, she will... Hi there.
Danger.
Danger. Dannger.
NNG. Okay.
And it's Dutch.
I was about to say, is that Dutch? Literally.
So Principal Danger will inform you of the details of your role, but all of you have seen this happen. You maybe have done this before. You may have done this
I've
before.
definitely done this before.
Okay, you've been a delivery elf. So there are 2 snow-friendly bicycles that are strapped to a sleigh, and that sleigh is heaped with well-wrapped presents. And it's kind of like a Meals on Wheels thing. You take this to certain places, certain people. These families have like these deliveries where it's like, okay, these people, you know what? We heard that so-and-so needed a brand new coat, and we know that they can't afford it, so here's a new coat for Christmas. That kind of stuff.
Wait, but two bicycles drag a sleigh full of like people and toys?
Not people and toys, just the toys. It's not like enormous weight. There are like 15 stops, something like that. So it's manageable, and it's a lightweight sleigh. It's mostly balsa wood.
It's for looks, not for
Really,
not for strength.
definitely for looks. Yes.
If you ride in it, you will break it.
Yes. It is not. Don't do it again,
Got it.
please.
Got it.
Not this year.
Again.
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure last year I duct taped it.
So you will be delivery elves, and there are also a couple of spare bikes available. There's usually at least one person who is sent along with them, and this year you're dragging your younger sister with you. What's that about?
Mom said she had to go.
That's legit.
You owe me.
I already volunteered, and Mom said, "Well, if you're doing that, bring your sister."
Tiffany, how you feeling about this?
You're weird.
Do you not care about our community and extra credit and looking good on college applications or any of that kind of thing? 'Cause
No.
yeah, okay, fine. You'll thank me later.
Whatever.
She's 12. She's 12. But I understand. I know who Nikki is. I wasn't Nikki. I was way more of a Keith, actually. I honestly like the all black. I did have a trench coat. It wasn't that expensive, but it was it was good. London fog. Could do good stuff. James,
Yes.
why are you here?
It was a course requirement. There was like you have to do some amount of community service. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Well, this definitely checks that box, but just barely. It's just barely. You're like, you want to add something else to that? Nah.
Nope.
Okay. All right. All right. Passing grade it is.
Yeah.
Great job.
Thank you.
Okay. So you all arrive at the gymnasium. And Principal Danger is there with Coach Hutchinson, who teaches PE, you may imagine, and also math. Weirdly, I don't know. That sort of thing happened. It does. Yeah.
A lot.
Is he Santa?
He is not Santa. He can't fit into the suit anymore.
That's a sad day.
He also complains about his knees the whole time. Nah, Coach Hutchinson, he's not in the best of shape anymore. His best days are far behind him, physically. I mean, we can talk about him later. Anyway, so Principal Danger and Coach Hutchinson are there. They're nogging. By nogging, I mean drinking nog, and they're a little on the rosier cheeked kind of side of things. Principal approaches you as you come in and she's, thank you so much for coming in again. Oh, and this is your sister. Hi.
Hi. How long does this take?
What's your name again?
Tiffany.
Tiffany, she's just a shining gem. Oh, you're the track one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I heard about the long jump. That was impressive. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah. So when the other two get here, I'll just give you the clipboard right now.
That's probably...
Yeah. Do you need a map? I'll give you the map. The map, it just fits in the clipboard. Here you go. She hands you a clipboard. It's got like the list of things and you're cross-referencing these things. Which of you two shows up at first?
Probably me.
All right. In you come. What do you look like?
Definitely wearing a Motley Crue t-shirt, red backpack on my back, long, sort of dirty blonde hair, a little bit wavy, down to like just below my shoulders. Yeah.
Right on. And you see
Ripped
Nikki.
jeans.
Say again?
Ripped jeans, which is a terrible idea in this weather.
It's a terrible idea in this weather.
Yeah.
It's really not a good idea. But like you're from Colorado, you're like, yeah, I can take it.
And like a denim jacket over it.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, it's better than like cotton thing, but
Yeah, but
not much.
not like blue jeans, like a dark wash kind of denim.
Okay, all right, okay. You enter, you see Nikki, whom you recognize from class. You see a younger gal that looks like, I guess, related to Nikki. You make that association probably because that makes the most sense. Nikki, what do you look like?
Oh, I am probably relatively thematically dressed. I am wearing red and green. I look a little festive. I'm not trying too hard, but I'm definitely leaning in.
Excellent. And Tiffany, what does he see?
She's just your typical 12-year-old in her very nice winter jacket that is prepared for the cold, and her
Probably matching like puffy jackets.
yes, matching
Because
puffy
our
jackets.
parents are
because
those
our parents
people.
are like
What color are your mittens?
Oh, mine are probably like a dark gray. I do
Blue.
wear a lot of black in the regular just because I work like tech and theater. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Tiffany's are blue, lots of blue. Her favorite color is blue.
Tiffany, blue, weird. Well, you arrive. Principal Danger just kind of gives you that sort of like disappointed nod. It's like, oh, you're here. Yes, you are.
kind of wave, just sort of a hi.
She raises her mug very much like this and just like I'm glad you're here, Jimmy. Thanks for coming.
Yeah,
Coach.
James, thanks.
Thanks. She turns around and goes back to Coach Hutchison. And you pop in?
Oh, yeah. And I come in, like, completely dressed inappropriately. Full trench coat, black ripped jeans, black gloves on, my hair pulled back, and some, like, gaudy pentagram necklace on, full makeup.
You've made up. You've made up for
like,
this.
Full goth.
Oh my good lord.
I look a little embarrassed. I melt a little for you on your behalf.
Tiffany just starts uncontrollably laughing.
I shoot you a very enthusiastic, like, devil horns from across the room. Like, yeah.
Cheryl Danger hears a bit of a surprised inhale from Nikki, turns around and sees you, and the expression that you see on her face is one of puzzlement, like when did the costume shop throw up? And then she realizes, oh, it's Keith. Oh, right, he's supposed to be here. Huge sigh. She goes up to you. Keith Slade, it's so good. Thank you so much for coming. It'll be so good to have you here. Nikki, can you help Slade here get?
It'll be fine.
Thanks.
It'll be fine.
Turns around. There's
At
like
which point I pull out a clove cigarette and light it just
In the gym.
I take it away. I take it away from you. I go later if you must.
I mean, it's the 80s, although you were in high school. So,
Yeah.
And it's inside in the gym.
Yeah, exactly. Hence my
With the
taking it
principal
away.
standing
Yes.
right there.
Yeah. Coach Hutchinson is definitely smoking. He's got like his feet up on his desk in the office, which is just basically like a door and like a 4x6 room and a desk.
I mean, when you've got gout, it's important to put your feet up.
It's very, very true. So you've got 4 bikes, 2 of which are attached to a sled. You have a clipboard with a map in it, and you've got a bunch of presents over in the corner that aren't on the sleigh.
Okay. Well, I guess this is us.
You know how to do this thing?
Well, yeah, I do it every year.
All right.
Of course
You do.
I like that you say, of course you do, when you're related to
Well, seeing as I'm the only one who knows what the hell we're doing here, I guess everybody should load up. Those things go in that thing. And I point at the pile of gifts and then the sleigh.
Tiffany just gets her like totally ready to go, and she just goes at it and starts hauling.
Dang. Okay.
I start looking at the map and trying to optimize the circuit.
I'll start loading presents.
I'll start tossing presents towards people.
I'll attempt to catch them, I guess.
I walk over at some point and I reach for your shirt. I pull your shirt out and I tuck the pentagram in.
Do I... As I'm catching these presents, do I hear any awful sounds?
No, fortunately, everything either seems to be packaged well enough or is not a breakable thing.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Then I would actually be like, hey, this is pretty efficient. Keep tossing them.
All right.
Oh, by the way, for those of you who are listening, Keith immediately took the pentagram back out of his shirt.
Yeah.
Hence the laughter. 'Cause you sassy bastard. So as you were doing all of this, the Hutchinson and Principal Danger are just like hanging out in his teeny little office. They're pouring more eggnog. It is clearly spiked. You may not realize it. You probably don't, Tiffany. Sorry, Nikki, you probably are ignoring it. they're
Not my
adults. They're
business.
doing this
Not my business.
They're doing this professionally. James, yeah, you're like eggnog.
I'm mentally pondering if there's any way that I could like go and plausibly ask them for a cup.
Fair.
It's not coming to me yet.
Keith, you've seen it. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want it without the eggnog, just the spike.
legit. So as you're doing all this loading up, the radio in Hutchinson's office, it's just playing Christmas music. It's the local radio station, and you hear the. Yes, I'm going to turn my radio announcer voice on. So you hear it, the Christmas music fade out, and in comes Tuck Tucker, James Tuck Tucker, or John Tuck Tucker. His nickname is Tuck. Okay, I did a lot of writing about this, so just forgive me. Don't forgive me. And he comes on the radio. Thank you for tuning in with us tonight for our Christmas Eve special. I'm John Tucker. This year is a unique one, as it marks the expiration of the curse of the Grizzled Witch, cast down upon the town of Carson 100 years ago. For those tuning in who don't know, there was an altercation with a lady of the wilderness, I guess you could say. She told the crew of the old nickel mine to buzz off and never come back, threatening them with 100 years of frozen isolation. So the story goes. Well, they dealt with her, and I think you could say that we've been doing pretty all right here in Carter the last 100 years. Raise your glass to 100 more. For those who are asking how they dealt with the witch, let's just say that that's a story that maybe we don't tell on Christmas Eve. The time is 4:27, not long until the tree. And you know who just showed up to the party? Elvis. Here's Blue Christmas on WIPP. In comes Blue Christmas. So that is a legend that all of you are familiar with. The Grizzled Witch is part of the town's DNA. For those of you who know what DNA is in 1983, in the school system being what it was back then. So the Grizzled Witch was the reason that the old nickel mine closed down, you know, or at least presumably. It wasn't something that she did because, well, you know, Keith, they did not allow her to cast the spell or the curse. However, you personally.
Well, see, I know that she actually had her lair down there, and, you know,
Yeah.
she already had done probably a few sacrifices before they found her.
Oh, yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah. Is this something that you've discussed with anybody? The fact that you absolutely clearly know 100% that this is true?
All the time.
Yeah? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. For those of you who have been fortunate enough to hear, so Nikki being that you and him, you do shows and stuff together. What is the...
I've done tech on some shows he's been in. We've
Yeah.
been at the same bookstore at the same time. Like,
Yeah.
I've probably heard this speech a bunch of times.
Yeah, none of it sounds right.
I just smile and
Yeah.
nod.
Yeah, so you've heard lots of stories about the Grizzled Witch. She's used as kind of a boogeyman at this point. But yeah, from the best quote unquote realistic tale that you can tell is there was some lady came in, made a bunch of hoorah at the nickel miners and spooked him for sure because they ended up closing down the mine, but nothing actually happened and nothing changed in town. There wasn't like a terrible snowstorm or anything. Just a legend that faded into time. So, and Blue Christmas comes on and your sleigh is ready to go.
Can I walk over to the office with Principal Danger and Coach Hutchinson?
Hutchinson.
Principal Danger, Coach Hutchinson.
Hi.
I mean, you heard Tuck. It's Christmas Eve. We're headed out in the cold. He said, "Raise a glass. The curse is expiring. A little eggnog before we have to bike around."
Why don't you roll a charm?
Oh, good. My worst die.
Give me, you're going for a 7. One thing to note
I
about...
literally cannot roll that.
You think you can't. So the dice in Kids on Bikes, there are 6 stats, and each of the standard 6 dice, the D4, D6, D8, D10, D12, and D20, is assigned to one of those stats. And the dice explode
Oh.
So
Got it.
what that means for those who don't know is you're going to be rolling a d4 for this because your charm is crap.
Yeah.
You're not a charming individual.
No,
But
I'm an awkward, like, metalhead teenager who's asking for some booze from some grown-ups.
Yep. So if you roll a 4,
Then I can roll again. If I rolled a 4, I could roll again, and so on and so forth.
exactly.
Well, let's see what I get.
Go for the
So
4.
4s.
That is not a 4. That is a 2.
All right. So you are going to be gaining a second adversity token,
Yay.
which, yeah, a 2 would. Yeah. So something to note is that you can use adversity tokens to raise your score, to raise your roll, but you cannot use that to force a die to explode. It has to be a natural 4, so you can't like pump 2 into that, make it a 4, and then roll again.
Yep.
Yep.
And each token is 1 added, right?
That is correct. There are certain specific differences. So, for instance, your strength is heroic, but for those of you who are paying close attention to the rules of Kids on Bike, here on page 59 is the strengths. Heroic didn't sound right, so we're going to use the mechanic for the loyal strength. So each of your adversity tokens, Tiffany, can be used to add 2 to a roll instead of 1 if you're helping one of your friends.
Right.
So your own adversity tokens count as 1 for you, but 2 for other people. Yeah, because you are heroic. Technically loyal, but heroic is better. Yeah.
Sounds better.
All right.
Advance.
No, we have some other folks coming in. We just don't want to drink all the nog. They're gonna come help us polish this off. Are you ready? Y'all ready?
Yeah, I just turn and
Could we
rock
get some
on
of the
danger.
brandy then?
I
What?
hit you in the shoulder.
Hutchinson like closes a drawer. There's you're right.
We're going. Bye.
Okay.
We're going.
We will see you at 8 at the tree lighting ceremony, and don't freeze to death out there. Have fun.
Wait, do we drop the sleigh back off here, or do we take that straight to the
I'm
tree?
gonna take it to the tree.
Okay.
It's part of the
Okay.
thing. Have you even you've gone before.
I mean, I've been to the tree lighting. I haven't done this before.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. You might remember that the sleigh shows up at some point. Nikki knows what she's doing. You hope.
Here.
So off you go. So you have found a fantastic route, and you have plotted each of the stops in sequence. You've told the crew
No
what you're doing.
backtracking.
No
We got
backtracking. Like you kind of have to. There are a couple where you're just like, well, there you go. But you're almost absolutely certain that you're probably going to get there by 8, just maybe a bit. Do any of you have a watch?
I would be wearing a watch.
Okay.
Theater tech person would
Yep.
be wearing a watch.
Fair. Good enough.
Who needs to watch when your sister has it?
You rock to your own time. Yes.
Oh, I've got my Walkman in my bag. As soon as we get on these bikes.
All right.
What's going on?
So who is on the sleigh and who is riding support?
The sleigh was made of balsa wood.
Not on sleigh. Who's-
Riding one of the 2 bikes attached to said sleigh.
Yes.
I mean, I'll probably ride the bike that's attached to the sleigh.
Cool.
Tiffany's going to try to ride one of the bikes that are attached to the
sleigh.
sleigh.
12-year-old hold the sleigh.
like I said, she's going
got a lot of energy.
try.
She's got a lot of energy.
Yeah, she's doing all right. You know what? Why don't you roll me a brawn? You only
Both
need a
of us?
5. Yeah, both of you.
You said this
5
is a planned
exactly.
thing. This is not a stat
Yes.
decision. Then I can take half, so that is a 5. Actually, that's a 6.
Done. Okay. so-
5.
boom. Done.
Actually, I have +1 to brawn, so it's a 7.
Dang. All right. All right. So yeah, you two are just like, you are there. It is in you to do this. You were born sleigh pullers, and you're kind of like, you're probably Jimmy, sorry.
Stop it.
James, you're probably a little disappointed. Like, man, I'm good at this. Dang. And this is like, okay, cool. How can I bring this into my training? Like,
Cold weather endurance.
Yes, yes, yes.
yeah, no. Tiffany was like, I can make use of this. I can be stronger. And you two, there is snow on the ground. It is slippy and awkward. You two are bound to the sleigh, so you actually like have a little bit of purchase because there are like rods attached to your bikes. But it's like,
And I'm trying to do it in a trench coat.
yeah. I mean, that's why it's got the slit up the back, so you don't like wear out the back of your trench coat on your bicycle wheel. That's how they were designed, of course, obviously.
Man flapping in the wind.
So off you go. You are delivering presents. If you're fillable with the Christmas cheer at all, if you have a vessel for Christmas cheer, it is slowly filling up. It's kind of feeling like you're as you're going through the town here really isn't all that large. You're getting all the local spots. Like you've got the kids shelter. You've got some other folks who are just like off the main street. You've got a business or two. And it's like, oh, cool. Thank you for this thing. And as you're driving by these or riding through these side streets, you can see the spruce, like towering over the top of the square. It has like the white Christmas lights all going up to the top. You're like, oh man, that is going to be bright and colorful and crazy in not enough time. Maybe we should pick this up. So off you go. You meet a couple more houses. In the last few, you're getting there, and we're racing ahead. Like you're going out into the boonies last, because way out that direction are the people who kind of need some help. Sure. The Barts are your penultimate stop. The Barts family is a group of 9 individuals. They are a mom, a dad, and just a ton of kids. Like, why do they have this many children? And why do they go all the way out here? He's definitely somebody on the logging payroll. So he's a foreman, makes enough. He can do this. In the 80s? Absolutely.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm telling some story about how, that Santa is actually in the 1200s, a group of pagans named him because it was actually Satan that was giving the gifts out. And
yeah, is there anything else that you would
I'm
that would
fully
happen?
listening to everything you're saying and shushing you when we're close to other people. Because while I'm fine and used to your stuff, I am trying to prevent you from inflicting this on unsuspecting individuals trying to have a Christmas.
I'm just huffing on that Huffy and letting you actually hand out the presents. At some point, about halfway through the run, while she's off delivering something nice to someone's door, I pull a bottle out of my backpack. It's definitely a 40 of Mickey's. Just taking a nip off of that. Continuing the run.
I wouldn't say it warms you with just a nip, but you're definitely like, it's that cognitive warmth. You're like, yeah, this is...
Yeah.
Look at me being a rebel.
Yep.
So you see James here pull actual beer out of his backpack. And
Every time
go
I'm
for
not
it.
looking.
Yeah, so Tiffany and James, you've been like a foot and a half away from each other this entire time. Like, any conversation between the two of you?
Tiffany is focused on the task at hand, blinders on.
I own the prize.
Yes. She's in competition mode.
Yeah, at some point I would like praise her strength and stamina. Be like, damn kid, you're pretty good at this.
I could teach you some pointers.
I mean,
You could come train with me.
what kind of training do you do?
All kinds. What kind of training you want to do?
I don't know. Like,
You want to run? Do you want to do strength training?
yeah, like maybe some strength training would be good.
Okay. We can talk about this later.
All right.
Slade?
if I see him pull out the beer, I'll at one point offer him a cigarette for a...
Do I smoke? That's a good question. No, I don't think I'm not going to accept your cigarette, but I will hand you the bottle.
Cool.
Did you ever give that clove back, by the way?
Oh, no.
Really?
No.
Nikki.
I mean, he can have it back later, but like I'm just like not in front of teachers, B, not inside the school, and C, Christmas.
I mean, clove is a Christmas spice.
Yeah, got me there.
That's the exact argument I would have made.
And if you made that, I would say you can have it back after the tree lighting.
Well, at which point I just, as soon as
Take
we're out, I
another
pull
one.
out
But it's this particular clove you may not have because you brought it out in front of an adult.
Hey, that was at least like 30 cents back in those days.
Any other conversation as you're coming out here? Like it is now approaching like the 6-ish, like 6-ish, 6.5.
Oh, we're making pretty good time.
Yeah, well, you've gone through like 11 houses over a broad area. So you're on the final stretch. This is the last way out, this is the second to last house. It's at like the 2-mile out mark. And then there's another 2 miles, and that's the last.
I'm like
house.
giving time calls. I am rallying the troops.
Yeah, so it'll take you you'll get there. You'll get there. It's gonna be tight, but you'll get there. So you head out to the Barts. You've got a nice big old package, and you bring it on up to the door. You knock. And you can see as you're approaching, like the windows they've got like the sort of muslin see-through ones where you can see all the chaos of all of the children in the living room. And you see the mom, Sandra, and the eldest, Sylvia. And Sylvia, like, you know who Sylvia is. She's in high school. She's 15. She's in your grade. So she is doing her best to help her mom rally just this army of small children into their winter finest. They're trying their best. So you go in, knock the door, or go up, knock the door, wait a couple of moments, ring the doorbell, wait a couple of moments.
Knock again.
You just hear like screaming in the background.
I look back at everybody else. I look at my watch, and I go to one of the windows, and I hold the big box up in front of the window and kind of trying to get someone's attention.
Like 4 of the youngest all look and point and start like yelling excitedly. And Sylvia, oh my goodness, and she's holding like this toddler, and she
It's
comes
the
to
80s.
the door.
One of the kids will answer the door.
Yeah. If provided they can hear it.
Yeah.
So Sylvia comes out, opens the door, like, oh, Nikki, hi,
Merry
Christmas. Oh yeah, come in.
Oh, we don't have
She
a lot of time
walks
to
away.
stay, and we don't have a lot of time to stay.
No, I need your help for a second. Walter, come here. Walter, come to Nikki.
Okay. Yeah, really fast because we have to go.
No, we're going to. So she's just she like throws you a coat and points at Walter, who's 6.
Okay. I set the big box down, and I attempt to quickly get the coat on Walter.
All right, please roll a charm for me. You need a 6.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Walter, there's your adversity token, by the way. Walter evades you very effectively and begins running around the house. You all can kind of see this happening. Are you doing anything?
Do you think I should go help her?
How are you with 6-year-olds?
They're tasty.
She takes it as a challenge, and she starts running. I'll get him. And
We don't have time for this. Go quickly.
Okay, she'll run out of the house and like chase him and try to catch him.
All right. Give me a flight. You need a 4.
9.
You, being as charming as you are, you actually get him with wile instead of speed. You make him excited to come to you. And while you are actually kind of impressed by this tactic, he's like, oh, right. Oh, yeah, you should be nice to people and maybe that'll work.
I'm not that bad at that.
No, but you're like,
I'm a little uptight.
You hear a gunshot
From where?
From where?
from behind the house directionally.
Like outside.
Yeah.
I immediately just cover the toddler in protective stance.
So everybody stops.
Gonna yell, what was that?
Just yell.
Yeah.
Are you coming in?
I mean, I'm still on my bike, but yelling it.
Her name is Sylvia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sylvia?
The mom, like all of the children just like freeze, except for the one who's like trying to struggle to see out the back window because you've got him pinned. So you can see out the back window, you two and all of the children. Like out in the back, you can see a figure standing kind of gently lit. Seems to be male. Maybe he's holding a rifle. You see the mom, Sandra, like run through the kitchen, which is, you're all in the living room looking out through the kitchen. That's the window you see. She runs through the kitchen off to the left outside, and you hear
I'm
a
going
door
to
open.
pull my sister and the little one out of view of line of sight of the window.
All right, you do so.
And I'm going to look out at all of them like, what do we do?
You hear some angry male elder yelling. And then you hear Sandra yelling in response, it seems. Two adult voices sort of speaking loudly to each other. You can't quite hear, but it doesn't sound aggravated or angry. It's more like a conversation, an intense one.
Somebody bag a buck or something?
My awkward is going to take over. I'm going to encourage the little one to go play in the other room where there is not line of sight to that. I'm going to just kind of peek around the corner if it doesn't look like an emergency. I'm going to usher my sister out and go, we're going to go.
Okay. So Sylvia kind of takes your cue and like herds the children away from the kitchen saying, it's all right. It's all right. Mom and Dad have got it. It's fine. And then you hear Sandra and the dad, Jim. He was named before you existed, James. I'm sorry. The dad coming in, and you hear him kind of muttering under his breath, God, it was a big bear. That thing was huge.
There was a bear?
Yeah, I was just out the back. You know, I was like coming in, sort of looking out from the tree line.
Is it safe for us to go?
Well, where are you going?
Well, we're headed back towards the tree. We have like one more stop, and then we're headed to the tree.
Oh, no, Grizel's out that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you're fine. I imagine like it just went back into the backpack. You know.
So, how many legs did it have?
It's a bear, Slade.
Is it really, though?
It's a bear, Slade. Okay, never mind.
That's a weird question, man.
Safe for us to go. We have a schedule to keep. We'll see you at the tree.
Did you get it?
Well, I mean, if I did, it didn't notice because it just left. You know.
So it's still out there.
Well, yeah. I did not
so
kill
we're staying
the
away from
bear.
the tree line. The sooner we go, the sooner we get back, the sooner we're done.
Yeah, just
We'll stay on the road.
I mean, you're on bikes. They can run fast, but like, you guys aren't tasty. You're not food. Like, look, I will leave the garbage undone in the back. So, you know, it's a garbage can. I don't care. It's fine.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, everybody pile in the car. Everybody get in the car.
We'll
Not you
see you
guys.
at the tree.
See you at the tree. Merry Christmas.
Onward. Schedule. Onward. Tree.
You really need to lighten up, sis.
You know what? If you want to be out here freezing all night delivering presents until like the wee hours of the morning when people aren't awake, that's fine. I would like to get back to the tree.
And don't forget about the bears. Rawr.
Oh God.
Well, I'm not saying we can't go fast. I'm just saying you need to have some fun.
Slade,
It's not actually a bear, right?
Slade, out of the corner of your eye, opposite the side, the side opposite the house, and this is like, it has been almost a full mile since the last house. So you are out here. There's been like two street lamps this entire way. Otherwise, it's just like you've got these shitty old 80s aluminum flashlights like secured to the top of the bicycles, and that's your headlights. So you see movement off to the left and then gone.
It's over there. We should get going.
What, the bear?
The bear.
Yes. Okay. Let's just keep going. Pedal quickly. We'll be done soon. He said it was safe. All of us have seen things in the woods before. It's fine.
Pedal a little harder.
Yep.
All right, you are going. It's go time. Everybody make me a flight roll. You need a 7.
19.
Oh no, your flight is high. Jeez. I am a 2. I got a 10.
10, 19,
2.
5.
2, 5. I'm gonna say that balances out. All right. So you being next to James, like he's going, and you will match him by God.
By any means necessary.
Just starting to feel like a little winded. You've been you weren't built for this kind of endurance for this long. And you start to bark at him like, just put out the clove. Don't smoke and bike at the same.
You can smoke later. Like, just be like, not that for like 5 minutes.
Like, not what?
Not smoking and telling people that bears aren't bears, okay?
You hear owls, like multiple owls. Maybe 3, maybe 4. Like, it is unusual to hear. I mean, you've heard an owl, but you haven't heard hoo-hoo, hoo-hoo, hoo-hoo. Several of them.
It's a little early for the owls.
It is dark at this point. It is almost coming up on 7, and it is the middle of winter in Colorado in the mountains. It's dark.
Yep.
Is there a moon? Like, is it?
It's really close to full, but with the trees covered. So to the right, there is just like woods. To the left, there is a small, like a barrier of trees. And then there's this massive open field, just this gorgeous snow-drenched field with the moonlight shining down. It is beautiful out there, but it only serves to further amplify the fact that you are in a dark, tree-lined, narrow road.
Pedaling.
To your left, you hear slightly ahead of you a horrific cackle, a terrifying cackle.
Told you it wasn't a bear.
And from the right, figures emerge from the forest.
Figures
How-
plural.
How
Oh.
tall? What size?
Well, they're running at you, and you see 3 humanoids, and you see that they are throwing snowballs in rapid fashion.
Oh, jeez.
And then from the left, you see snowballs hurling into your cones of light.
I'm gonna just yell, "Fuck you, Todd!"
I scream, I duck, I hold my backpack in front of my face.
While you're bicycling?
No, are we stopping?
I'm not stopping.
Yeah, I'm not stopping.
All right.
Okay.
No, then that is my first thought, and then I realize that's worse, and I keep pedaling.
All right, so you are flighting, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, it is going to be a y'all combined against them combined.
Oh boy, this is a snap decision.
This is a snap decision. But you can,
Good. I could cool under pressure for an easy 10, but I could roll higher too.
Oh.
I'm gonna chance it. Oh no.
Oh.
So I have a question. If I use an adversity token to help all of us, does that work? Since we're all rolling at once.
I can allow you to do that at this point because you can sort of cry rally, but we'll count it out and see if it's worth it. So they have rolled a combined 23 plus 6.
29.
29.
I got a 7.
Yeah,
Got a 2.
I got a 4.
4.
Oh boy, 9 plus a 17 that gets. Okay.
Even adding mine, it's not going to do it again.
This has not gone well. So you, Nikki, and you, Jimmy, James. I gotta get it out of my brain. I'm just needle him. No, James. You, James, both of you get ice balls right to the face. And you, Slade, Todd tackles you off the bike.
I pull out my athame. It's just a letter.
What is your athame now?
It's a letter opener.
Just a letter opener?
It looks like it's a dagger.
Okay, so you're going to be fighting Todd?
I'm trying to intimidate him.
He's being
okay.
threatening.
Okay, gotcha. What would you like to use to intimidate him?
Well, I've seen some shit, and he's not really shit.
Okay, all right. So you're going to try to use your grit to show how unintimidated you are by this punk.
Yeah.
Okay, so roll a grit against his grit.
Oh, God.
17.
17. Holy bananas.
All right.
He has rolled a 12 on his d12. Okay.
All right. Let's see how this goes.
And he's rolled a 4. 16 to 17. All right. Tell me how this happens.
So he goes, tackles me, knocks me off. I stand up. I pull out the knife, as it were.
Yeah.
I put it right up to his throat and say, "They'll never find your body out here."
Nice.
So while this is happening, Nikki and James, you have both been pelted with ice balls right in the face. Nikki, how likely do you think it is that you stay on your bike?
Oh, I probably don't.
Okay.
I probably don't.
You crash to the ground.
Yeah.
James?
I mean, I'm cool under pressure, and B, we're lashed to this sleigh, so I'm probably not gonna fall off. I'm just gonna keep pedaling and kind of try to one arm clear my face.
Gotcha. You've been pelted a couple of times, but it's got your shoulder, they've got your hip, they've whizzed by your face. So Tiffany, how are you doing here?
She's mad. She's like, I need to stop. I need to stop. Can we stop?
I'm just yelling, "Don't let these assholes get to you! Fuck them!"
So you hear the sounds of collision and collapse behind you.
Oh.
So there's definitely, your partners have fallen to the ground.
Oh shit!
No, okay. We need to stop.
Yeah. I have collapsed probably just behind or next to where you're at doing all of your knife threatening.
All right, so there are 3 figures approaching the 3 of you and just pelting you with snowballs and laughing. So
Duck behind my bike.
Tiffany's gonna just start making snowballs and start throwing back.
okay, all right. Give me a fight. Oh yeah, I should have given you adversity tokens for your absolute catastrophic failure.
Our complete
please
never
pass
failure to
those
get
around.
away.
Oh, ouch. 5.
Take one pass.
5?
No, 4. Sorry.
Well, it beat the 3 that I rolled. Okay, so you, a 12-year-old, are taking on a 17-year-old Pat. And you are more surprising him with the fact that you exist and are ferocious. And it is taking him aback. You have an 11-year-old who's just kicking snow on you. And there's a weird, tiny monster coming at you with just like fistfuls of snow, just heaping it into your face and just yelling obscenities at you. James, this is not a good moment in your life.
How far?
Probably about like 8 feet. So they're just using their proximity to shovel snow at you as much as they possibly can.
Yeah, I'm gonna like dig in my feet and like kind of push off and just do like a charge and like spear tackle them into the snow.
Okay, give me a fight, please.
3.
3. Is that including your +1?
I'm gonna use an adversity token on that.
So they rolled a 4, so you can tie them with 1.
Hooray!
And a tie will not be a bad tie. Yes.
Take it. I'm not trying to hurt them. It's just like a state. I'm gonna like a little bully style, just like shove their face in the snow a little bit and be like, stay down, stay down.
All right, so you're using our first adversity token of the night, and there it is. It is devoured. Tonight we're using gold coins that are actually chocolate. So if
When we use them, we eat them.
Yep, exactly. So because it was an even roll, you aren't able to do great damage to this individual.
Also not trying to hurt some little kid.
Yeah. But yeah, you're standing your ground, and so Tiffany, you are surprising the hell out of this much older teen. And what are you doing, Nikki?
I would like to stand up, shove the kid out of the way that is pushing snow on me, and I would like to put myself between Slade and the other kid.
All right. So what do you want to roll for this?
Oh geez, I don't know.
Is that protective?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for. Is when I want to like shove the kid off of me and just try to stop escalating violence. So I am trying. My attempt is to like reason and be like, not gonna hit a girl. We're trying to do a thing. Go pick on somebody else. Like, are you kidding me?
Okay. So is this charm then?
Probably.
All right. You need
Do I
a
get
6.
to use my protective thing with it?
Yes, you do.
Oh,
Nice.
okay. That's a 9 total.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So you're getting up from your heaping of snow upon you, and this is like a tiny beast.
Yeah.
Like,
I just kind of give him one of those like shoves, like not gonna hurt him, but gonna be like, get the hell off of me.
He dramatically flops to the ground and begins crying loudly.
Yeah. Predictably.
And
And then I'm just diving between.
And you see the way that you realize that this knife thing is happening is you shove this creature down. They begin wailing, and you just like do a left-right check to see what's happening, and you see the glint of the moonlight gleaming off Slade's blade as he is holding it up to the face of Todd fucking Carter, the mayor's son.
And I'm just like, bad idea on both sides. Can we just not? I also assume that the other two are far enough ahead of us at this point, having
like
been on the sled.
25, 30
that
feet, yeah.
I'm not going to dive between any of them for anything. So this is a like, oh no, extra violence. This is bad. Do not escalate. Everyone please cool down. Todd, are you freaking kidding me?
So Todd like steps a half step closer to the knife, like realizing that now he has an audience.
I am now awkwardly between the two of them.
All right. So are you facing Todd or are you facing
I'm
Slade?
facing Todd.
Okay. Cool. Todd looks at you, looks at the knife, and is like
Settle it later, okay?
snaps his teeth at you. You guys are so fucking lame.
Guys, this is just Todd, just seriously, this is gross. Like, will you just go do something else?
They wouldn't find your body. Yeah. Man, you freak. You freak.
Oh,
And he
yeah.
shoves both of you. It doesn't go very well, but it's more of a statement than an actual attack. So yes, he's shoving like you into him, and then just like does a whistle, and everybody else stops and retreats into the trees.
20 feet down the road, you just hear my voice going, "Yeah, eat snow, kid, eat snow." As I just shove snow at his feet.
The two of you are like water splashing snow at each other.
I mean, I've kind of got him like pressed to the ground, and it's not really a fair fight. He's probably splashing at me.
Oh,
but
with
I'm
a-
definitely like laying it in now.
With a tie, it's pretty
Yeah.
even. Yeah.
Okay.
And Tiffany like has a thing. Her whole hands are full of snowballs, and she just takes off running after them as they run away, and just keeps pelting.
Tiffany, stop it! Come back! Drop the snowballs! Let it go.
But they're getting away.
One more.
That's the
one more,
point.
One more.
She finishes what's in her hand.
You're just like spiking the trees. They're like going into the darkness. There's like this thin amber pale cone of light, and they're just like whew, off they go, whew, off they go, whew, off they go. You don't even hear them. They're just like landing
Yeah.
on snow. The child who was loudly weeping just abruptly stopped and ran.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Todd is kind of hovering in the middle of the trees, just barely visible by the light.
I'll lick the blade.
Dude,
and
you're
point it at him.
Does Tiffany hit him with one?
you are a ways away, but you do
Bummer.
kind of you could give it a go if you really wanted
I
to.
will probably try.
All
And
right.
aim my last snowball at his head.
Give me one more fight. You need a 9.
12.
12.
Nice. I love it. Yes.
So Slade is licking his knife at Todd, which is like a weird play, but I respect it. Todd's like, "You're just a weird, ugly," right in his face.
I laugh.
And I blow him a kiss.
I try
Fuck
really
all
hard
you
to
guys!
stop laugh.
Fuck you little, fuck you!
Fuck you, Todd.
Fuck you, James! Wolf, James! Yeah! And just leaves.
It's the only way you'll ever get fucked.
Fuck you! Keith! Your mom sucks!
That's what I heard.
What?
Ask your dad.
What? Fuck you! You just hear cursing obscenities fading into the distance. That was... do I owe anybody an adversity token during that? You were all fairly successful. You were like
After the initial failure.
frighteningly successful, yes. So congratulations, well done. You have repelled the attackers. So you all kind of come back together. James, like, oh man, that one got you, and it was hard.
Okay.
Like, yeah, you're
Stings.
It stings for
Red.
sure. Like it's got that red, like almost pulpy, numb feeling. You're just like, you keep moving your cheek. You're like, none of this works. None of it feels right.
Pull out that bottle of Mickey's.
And they just put some snow on it. Oh, here's some. So, Tiffany, your sister's got a nosebleed.
Okay. It's not funny anymore. I go over and Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay?
It's
But you're
no,
bleeding.
no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's no big deal. It's fine. And I kind of try to wipe it clean and sort of do the like head back,
Yeah,
yes thing.
it's not like pouring. It's just like you got that initial impact. You
Yeah.
got a couple of blood vessels.
I
Blood vessel
wipe it
bursts.
on the sleeve of my shirt under everything, which is already red anyway.
You're okay, but it's just like, oh man, that was.
But I got him for you.
That was fucking awesome.
I know.
shot, dude.
I
Good
kind
shot.
of pat you on the shoulder.
She's so proud.
God, I fucking hate them.
I know, what a bunch of dicks, right?
Yeah.
Fuck those guys. Think they run this town? I mean,
They kind of
Dad-
do, actually.
Yeah,
the dad runs the town. They don't run the town.
And they only do it because my parents pay them.
That's right.
You're not wrong.
Anyway, sooner we get to the last house,
Is
the
six-
sooner we're done. Let's
6:57, and you are almost you are 2 miles away from being as far out as you go. Like, it's gonna be tight.
Go for this, kid. Double time.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right,
Let's do it.
prawn.
Crank the headphones.
Yep. All right, you need a 5 because you are.
Oh, 2.
I'm gonna take my automatic 7 on that. Thank you.
Okay.
Is this everyone? Or just the ones
It's
carrying?
really those,
Okay,
just those
that's
two.
cool.
But if you two want to support in some way, you're more than welcome to try. Let me know how you do it.
Let's see. If I wanted to use prepared to have something to make a roll,
Tell me more.
so I'm thinking I have a Walkman with some Metallica that I want to play to get them all
Yeah.
inspired.
Yeah. I'd say go for it.
Okay,
Yeah. So hand me one of those, or devour it if you'd like.
I'll devour it.
Yes.
For what it's worth, I specifically have a cassette of Metallica's "Kill 'Em All" in my Walkman, listening to "Seek and Destroy."
Excellent. I'm just
Actually,
gonna.
no, I would have Ozzy,
There you go.
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Crowley.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is. We found our way. You just you've got one hand on the bike. You've got one hand holding up this tiny Walkman, blasting as loud as it possibly can. But the good news is that it is utterly silent. There's you two know, but you Coloradans know.
Silence of winter. Yeah.
And you've been in Colorado, but in the winter. Mm-hmm. All right, Sarah, have you?
No.
So, Sarah, and for those of you who are tuning in who haven't experienced the utter silence of empty snowfall, it is palpable. There is something loud and empty about it.
I've never been in the snowing snow. I've been in snow after it snowed. Twice.
Sweet
I
summer
am-
child.
Native Central California is my entire.
So let me paint this picture for you. You've gotten back on the bikes. You are adrenalized. You are ready to just go. And you start pouring it on. Like, James, you've had a couple more swigs of Mickey. You probably offered it to others. Anybody else?
Oh yeah.
Yep. Taking some. You are finding exactly the right place in the track, the right place on that cassette to go. And as you begin to go, the silence just falls over you because you're no longer moving on the bikes and crap. There's no crunching of snow. There's no people yelling at you and hurling obscenities. There's just you and this barely lit road and this very gentle snowfall and nothing, not a sound, except for Ozzy fucking Osbourne. And your heavy breath as you just dig in and plow your way through the last 2 miles to your final stop, Old Giselle's. Old Giselle's, or Old Giselle. You've heard of this lady. She used to work for the Carters way back in the day. She was, you don't know, mining something, ? Related? You don't. She is about as old as Lavinia. She's definitely on that same tier. Lavinia, by the way, is the owner of the weird bookstore that we can talk about later if it comes up. But she is. Lavinia is ancient, and Old Giselle is on that tier. So off you go, 2 Old Giselles, and you see coming around the bed, you see a couple of lights, and there it is. And it was about 7:15, something along those lines. It's getting there.
I assume as I have done this route before, I have been here before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've met old Giselle, and she's really sweet. Like she's just a nice old lady because she's a nice old lady. That's who she is.
I'm just going to be like, okay, she's really nice, but she likes to talk a lot. We don't have a lot of time. So smiles, polite, friendly, and then we go.
Smile. Yeah.
You don't have to smile. It's okay.
Okay, good.
Quiet is also acceptable. Okay.
So up you come. There's like not really a driveway. There's just kind of like the road and
I
then a little
check
bit.
my face and make sure I don't have any blood still on me. I look at everybody and I go, good,
Thumbs up.
cool, you're good.
Good enough. You've got an empty sleigh now and one present in your hands. So
I go up and I knock on the door.
all right, there's no response. The
I
lights
knock
are on
again.
inside.
Huh?
The lights are on inside.
I knock again.
No response.
I go to the window.
You see into her semi-familiar. It's a living room, and you see a fire is going there. Like you can see all the tchotchkes and stuff that are all over. It's like full on Midwest grandma kind of vibes. And then you see the kitchen in the very, very back. You see the shadow of a shape moving in there, but you don't see her.
I kind of tap on the window and I holler for her. It's the 80s. Kids would have not called grown-ups by their first names. How do I refer to her?
Miss Giselle.
Okay, so I just tap on the window and I go, Miss Giselle, hello, it's the elves. Merry Christmas.
And then you see her head pop out of the pop around the corner, looking at you from the kitchen.
And I wave, and I point at the gift, and I go
She
back to the door.
Disappears. And the three of you are watching sort of from the sleigh, and you're seeing like all this happen. And there's this weird moment of like, old dead person?
I would actually probably say, whoa, what if she died?
I would go, she's not dead, okay? Quiet. Stop. That's not funny.
What if she's undead?
You're weird.
And you see the shape of old Miss Giselle walking through the living room. She's still got her oven mitts on, and she comes to the door and she opens it. Like, oh, yes, come in. I have cookies. Come in.
Cookies, everybody.
I thought we were.
Quickly.
All
Come in.
right. All right. Guess I get off the bike.
So you all enter. How much should I describe the house? It doesn't really matter. It's old. It's like a weird, like, not quite lean-to shape, not quite A-frame shape, but there's like stairs going up, and then you see the living room and the kitchen back there, and there's just like decorations everywhere. It's less Christmassy than it is just like floral and piney, and like there's a tree, sure, but it's not really decorated. There's like Bavarian, German sort of like decor on the wall. You see some pictures. There's stuff along those lines that seem like folksy and alive, like little angels made out of ceramics, little snow globes, like all that whole biz. Fire is roaring. It is so nice and warm in here. You forgot the outside is cold. It is freezing, and this is like this haven of like sweet juju kindness.
There's a reason why, other than the boonies being way, way out there, why I plan this as my last stop every year. If I have spare time, I've probably spent time hanging out here before heading back on years where the route was less busy. Definitely.
And her ginger cookies are fantastic. Like little gingerbread people to die for.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So out she comes. She has this whole tray of gingerbread people. And the three of you, like, you may have seen her at some point, like, at the distance in town, but you see her now for the first time, like in full light, and she's like this tiny, tiny woman. Seems frail, but like that strong old. Like you're just like, yeah, she could probably take a punch, maybe. But then, and you forgot to even notice this because to mention this because you've hung out with her, but she has this wicked scar, like coming from underneath her scalp, like almost all the way down to her eye.
I feel like I see them see it and I wince because I forgot to warn them.
She looks at the three of you and notices that your eyes are like, whoop.
Tiffany smiles though. She's like, "You're cool."
Yeah. Slade smiles too, but for different reasons.
Nikki told us not to talk too much, so I'm just keep my mouth shut.
Fair enough. She just kind of chuckles a little bit. Cookies.
Oh, I grabbed several.
Yes.
Have as many as you like. I can't eat all of these.
Sure.
Are you coming to the tree lighting?
Not this year. I've got some more cooking to do. I've got friends coming in. But thank you so much. It's very sweet of you.
Well, here's your gift.
What's wrong with your nose?
Nothing's wrong with my nose.
What's wrong with your
fine.
nose? Nikki, what's wrong with her nose?
Just
She hit a tree.
She didn't hit a tree.
Todd and his friends
Right.
in the woods on the route.
Oh, I see. Your face, young man. Yes.
I
Right.
got him. I got him.
Did you?
it was a good shot.
Actually, she really did.
That little fucker. He deserves it. Have some more cookies. This is great. I'm sorry to hear it, but I'm glad that you fought back. Excellent work. There's nothing really other than cookies I can offer you, dear. I know that you're headed back, but you're such good children. Thank you so much for this. What's this present here?
I wasn't prepared for I wasn't involved in the wrapping this year, but you should open it and find out.
I've got gloves on. Would you mind? She goes back into the kitchen and you hear pan clanking to the counter.
I just, as she goes, I'm afraid we can't stay long.
Oh,
We're
just
actually-
open it.
And he offers the ceremonial knife.
I actually reach into my backpack. I take out my Leatherman and I open it.
I feel like 7 taught me never to ask what's in the box.
Yes, I know, right?
I will give you a hint. It may be a severed head,
Oh God.
but it's not. It is, in fact, bunt cake. Heavily iced bunt cake.
I don't think you'll have to worry about baking too much more for your friends. There's a bundt cake in here.
She comes out and puts her hands on her hips. Ah, well, that's, open the card, would you?
I will open it.
And in this this horribly pleasant scrawl is, thank you, you're wonderful, we love you, all the best, Merry Christmas, Mayor Annie Carter.
I read it in the most pleasant teenager trying to sound pleasant and polite to an adult that is nice to me voice.
I see. Right.
Fuck the Carters, right?
All of them. Every one. I like you. If you want some more cookies, you can take them, but you should probably get going. Big night,
Tree lighting, yeah.
Tree lighting
Gotta
guy.
get back.
Love to get back for that.
right?
For the cookies.
Oh, of course. Oh, and happy. I bet you'll know. What do you call it when a horrible thing expires? The grizzled witch, the thing, the curse, whatever. 100 years, eh?
Yeah. The
Do you put any credence in that, young man? She looks at you, James.
Oh, no, not really. I mean, I don't know. History's not really my thing.
although according to my research, it should end 2 days from now.
Oh! Is that when it happened? Did she? Did she?
Supposedly, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
According to what I found out, yeah.
Oh. All right. Well, then frozen isolation for 2 more days, I guess. Yes. All right, get on your scamps. Oh, thank you so much, though. You're such good kids. Thank you.
Sorry I can't stay longer this year.
Oh, it's so sweet, though. Well, don't worry. You'll come by and stay some other time.
I scoop some extra cookies and I wave and go, hey.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, yes. Have a great holiday season, everyone, all of you.
Merry Christmas.
Drive safe. Or whatever, bikes. She
Yeah, we're on bikes.
she waves at you from the door. Bye now. Bye. Closes it. You can still do it.
Mission accomplished. Let's get on our bikes. Let's get back.
Wait, her name's Grizel? What if she's the grizzled witch?
Was it
I mean,
Grizel or Giselle?
Giselle.
I don't know.
Oh, I think I
wasn't
said
paying
both.
attention.
It is old Giselle. Sorry. I say both too many times.
Well, I say Grizel.
There you go. Yeah.
I mean, could be. She's like pretty old.
Yeah. What if she's older than she looks?
Then she'd be really old.
Yeah.
You know, if we get on our bikes, we can still make it back, and we can totally go over all of these weird theories
All right,
while
let's
we're
go.
around the tree, where it's lit, and probably there's hot cocoa, and it's less cold.
Well, there's
pretty cold.
definitely hot cocoa. Yep.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Off you go. Are you going fast? What are you doing here?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Trying to. We're done.
Not
so
going
we're,
slow.
like, trying to get back. We,
All right, is it
we
Aussie
are
time?
no longer on a mission.
Oh,
The
it
sleigh
is
is
absolutely
empty. It is
Aussie
nice
time.
and light.
yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right. I won't even make you roll. You're doing it. You're making great time. Until suddenly. Dun dun dun. So you almost feel it more than you hear it, but off to your right where there's that giant open field, there's this low hum that you hear. Low pressure hum. And you look kind of casually off to the right, and you used to be able to see all the way across the field to the open sky, to distant tree lines, to distant mountains, and now all of a sudden it is a wall of white. And that wall of white seems to be getting closer very quickly.
How, like, describe that a little bit, like how tall, how bright, like what is this?
It is snow.
It's just a blizzard.
It's a just blizzard. coming
Snow's
down.
coming at you.
I thought you meant like literally a wall.
Oh,
Like,
no, not a wall.
Yeah.
Just, yes. It's coming at you, and it is snow, and it is a lot of it.
I look first at my sister, and I pull my hat further down and wrap my scarf a little tighter, and I look at everyone else and I go, book it.
I guess we'll book it.
Okay, so you are booking it. As you book it, you see you are approaching the Bart's family house. It's probably about a half mile away, and suddenly the snow is on you, and it is a whiteout. It is absolutely like you cannot see a damn thing in front of your face. You can barely see the bikes you're riding on.
Okay, so the Barts, I assume they drove down to the tree lighting.
They did.
Is their car still here?
No, it is not.
Cool. It's the 80s in a small town. Would they have locked their doors?
You have not reached the house. It's probably about a quarter mile. You
This
still
is
want to
my
go for
thought
it?
process, though,
Yeah.
is would they have locked the doors?
50-50 chance, but I'd say actually it's a little more likely that they have not locked their doors.
And I'm friends with their daughter, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't be the weirdest.
Weird.
So
Yeah.
I'm just
Nor
gonna
would
be
they
like-
ever even know.
I'm just gonna go head to the
Unless
Barts.
we all die in their house.
Should we
Unless you
head to
die
the
in the
Barts, or should we turn back?
Well, we're not going back.
I'm not going back.
Back's worse.
Okay, to the Barts.
Let's-
We can't ride in this.
No.
Yeah.
Let's just go. Maybe we could wait it out. Maybe it'll pass.
Okay, all right.
All right. So it is totally white. You cannot see the house. How are you going to find it?
I am walking my bike
Okay.
in the general direction, which I assume if we had seen the house before it just was overtaken, we would generally know where we're headed.
Okay, so give me a brains roll. That's going to be a 7, and you are guiding the crew.
Because they were probably just abandoned the sled. in the
Do I
road
get
for
to
now.
add my protective
It'll take you
to this?
longer to
Yeah.
to unhook it.
Yeah.
It's
Can
just
I
as easy.
add my protective to this?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, cool. Oh, that's a natural 18, so that would be a total of 21.
You don't even need to see the house. You can visualize it in your mind. You know exactly how long it will take you to get there. So you are just buckling down. You know where to go. You're going to make it. Absolutely. And as you can feel that you are approaching the Bart's house, the whiteout disappears.
Like, just gone.
Just wipe from right to left, just like it appeared. It just passes right through and it's gone.
That was weird.
That was weird.
The cold isolation?
That's not funny. That's not funny.
I'm not
You said it was
joking.
2 more days, right?
I've been wrong before.
That's not the time
Okay.
you're wrong, man.
Okay, so we'll just get back on our bikes and head back down. We can still make it. It's fine.
Yep. Definitely still make it.
Okay.
Back on the bikes
Back
then.
on the bikes.
All right. You are biking down a old, lonely road until you finally start to see houses. You start to see lights. You start to go past into civilization. And as you approach Main Square, you can see up at the top of the spruce looming above everything. It still has not been lit. And you know that you've just made it in time. And you look at your watch real quick. It says 7:55. You're just going to do it.
We made it, you guys. Let's keep going. We almost got this.
And you know exactly where the sleigh needs to be.
I pull ahead in front of the sled and I go, just follow me.
Okay.
Thank you, Ozzy.
I laugh a little bit.
And as you turn the corner into the main street, you see the spruce looming above you, and the streets are utterly empty. There is not a soul in sight.
Hey, where is everybody?
This is creepy.
Maybe everybody went inside when the whiteout passed.
Yeah, that's totally what it is.
We'll pull the sled up, put it where it belongs. I'm sure we'll find everybody in a minute.
You hear absolutely nothing.
Are there like lights on in the houses nearby?
Everybody make a grit check real quick. You need a 7.
13.
A natural one.
So that's for you. 5. What did you get? 8? Nice work. And what did you get?
13.
13? Okay. So Slade, you expected this.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is almost like, yeah, no, that's, yeah. I knew this. I kind of wanted this to happen almost. And then James, you're not fazed by it. But Tiffany and Nikki, like, you feel it's like ice water dripping from the top of your skull all the way down your neck, all the way down your spine. Every single fiber of your being is just chilled right now.
Tiffany, who normally is very strong in these situations, moves closer to her sister and grabs her arm.
I totally let that happen.
So the 4 of you are standing in the middle of an absolutely desolate town with a gentle snowfall covering you. And that's where we're going to take a break.